Good evening, everybody. Welcome again to the 14 Eagle Screen Share webinar. My name is Greg Phillips. I'll be your host. We hope you guys had a great and lovely week. There's a lot of very positive things going on with the 14 Eagles platform, and we just want to thank you again for joining us. And, there's a lot of good things going on, and, all we really do is ask you to invite your friends and family, let them come see the 14 Eagles platform for themselves. Don't try to convince them. Don't try to, drag them in. Let them see it for themselves, because this makes sense to you, and more than likely will make sense to them. The 14 Eagles platform is probably the most powerful gifting platform right now in the world. That's how we truly feel about it, because what we're able to do with this platform with a very small outlay to get you started is truly, truly amazing, because what it can do for you, your friends and family, your community, and for the planet is just totally amazing. So with that being said, Bryant, you have the floor. Let them know when they have an opportunity to see, the power of the 14 Eagles platform.
All right. Thanks a lot, Greg, and appreciate that. Hello, everyone, and welcome to the 14 Eagles Thursday night call. You could have been anywhere else tonight, but you chose to be here, and we really appreciate that. As always, just doing some quick housekeeping real quick in reference to the 14 Eagles platform. I always want to reiterate to those of you that are receiving gifts to be sure to, as you receive gifts through your Cash App, to be sure to acknowledge that you received the gift with a thumbs up if you know how to do that. That's just, common courtesy to let the person who sent you a gift, let them know that you did receive it. And then it's going to be very, very important for you to go into your 14 Eagles back office, into the gift management section, and go into confirm gift and click the confirm button to make sure that you confirm in the back office. All right? That's going to be very, very important. And you want to do that as soon as you possibly can. The reason for that is because the person that's sending the gift, they cannot get into their nest until all gifts have been received. All right? So it's very important, if you received a gift, to go in your back office and click the confirm button. So that way the person that sent you the gift, they can enter into their nest and start receiving gifts themselves. All right, so we want to, do that as quickly as we possibly can. We understand sometimes you might not be in a position to do that at the time that you receive the gift, but just as soon as you possibly can, find a way to get into your back office and to click that confirm button, because that's just going to help expedite the situation and help that person get into their nest so they can get going. All right. The other thing is OG Pay. We want to make sure that everyone is attempting to get the OG Pay account set up and get registered with OG Pay, because we're going to be looking forward to using the OG Pay directly into our back office one day, and we want to make sure that everybody can get acclimated to being registered with the OG Pay and also using the OG Pay. Now, we do have an email that goes out on a weekly basis in reference to OG Pay and getting registered, and there's a video on that email that will show you how to use the OG Pay account. All right? It's very important that you watch that video so you can get familiar with how to use OG Pay as much as you possibly can. In that email as well, there's a note in reference to our international members, people that are getting involved. We encourage you to get the OG Pay account set up. All right? And in doing that, there's an email that you will send your information to get registered. All right? OG Pay, Organo, which is a part of OG Pay, is going to register the international people for them. So they don't have to do anything but send an email with their information in that email, their name, their address, their phone number, their email address, and their username. if they send that information in to OGPay, then they will set up the registration for you and send the information to get into your account. So it's going to be important for all international people to send to that email address that's in the email. Okay. If you have any problems with that, please email us at 14eagles. At control tower at 14eaglesden.com. All right, because we want to make sure that we can track any progress with that. We want to know because this is a new thing. It's a new account. We're really looking forward to using OGPay in the 14 Eagles back office, and I think once we can get OGPay connected to the 14 Eagles back office, it's going to make 14 Eagles that much more powerful. All right, because we'll be all over the world. All right, so any international people, make sure that they get the OGPay account set up by sending that email and with their information so they can get registered. Everybody's doing a fantastic job. I always I have to take my hat off to you guys. You guys are doing a fantastic job of getting people acclimated to the 14 Eagles platform and getting those gifts out and getting them confirmed. All right, so just keep up the good work. Keep up the good work. As you see on our screen right now, you'll see our 14 Eagles community website. This is the website that we use, that everyone can use to share 14 Eagles with others. All right, and on the 14 Eagles menu tab, we have the 14 Eagles video. Whenever sharing 14 Eagles with someone, you want to bring them to this tab on the 14 Eagles community website, which this tab has the 14 Eagles presentation on it. You want people to look at this 14 Eagles presentation, video presentation. This gives them the perspective of, or a snapshot of how the 14 Eagles platform works. If you have to look at this, more than one time, please do. It's not very difficult. The platform is very straightforward, but sometimes you may have to take a look at it a couple of times just to get the gist of it, because it is a little different than most gifting platforms that you see out here today. So we want to make sure that you really understand how the platform works. And then once you take a look at the video presentation, then below is the how you get involved with the platform. They have the sign-up instructions, how to the gift settings, on how to set up the settings portion in your back office, how to send the gift, and how to confirm that you received the gift. All right, and it's going to be very important for you to go and sign up for the newsletter so you can get all email updates that we have that go out on a weekly basis, so you can stay informed of what's going on with 14 Eagles. All right, so everything is right here, and I think you guys are doing a fantastic job in walking people through this process. And so that's making for a very smooth transition to the platform. And so I think that as long as you stay into these guidelines and getting people involved with the platform, you shouldn't have too much of a problem at all. Okay, things are going very well in that department, and we have people coming in on a daily basis now, and the community is really growing. All right, so 14 Eagles is new to a lot of people, and especially dealing in the gifting world. The gifting platforms that are out here today, there's been a lot of them that's been popping up here lately, and over the course of the year, because of what's going on with the pandemic, not just in this country but around the world. So everybody's looking for some type of relief, especially some type of monetary relief. And so they're looking at these gifting platforms. And so, 14 Eagles, I believe, can really stand out amongst the pack because we're just different. We're just different than most gifting platforms. And we're set up for the masses of people. Because with 14 Eagles, you only need $6 to get involved. And that $6 actually goes out to 3 people, $2 to 3 people. Right? There's no fees here at 14 Eagles. So no one has to worry about any type of monthly fees or admin fees or anything of that nature. This platform is designed for the people and for people to be able to work together with one another to help each other in this time of monetary need. So learn this platform. Tell people about the platform. Invite people to take a look. We don't have to coerce people to get involved. We don't have to talk them into it. Just let them decide for themselves on whether or not they want to get involved with the 14 Eagles platform. Because first and foremost, there's no money to lose here in 14 Eagles. All right? No money to lose at all. There is no risk. There is zero risk getting involved with the 14 Eagles platform. Unlike other platforms, unlike other gifting platforms, they look for large monetary outlays from $100 all the way up to thousands of dollars. Well, that's not our thing here. Okay, ours here at 14 Eagles is for the masses, and most people can come up with $6 to give away. Because keep in mind, we're a part of a gifting platform, so you're literally giving money away, literally. All right, you're helping someone else out, putting yourself in a position to be helped yourself in a financial way. So that's the way that you want to look at it. This is not some type of investment. You don't make money here. There's no return on your money. When you give the money away, you don't expect anything in return at all. All right? You're giving from your heart to help someone, which then puts yourself in a position for people to help you. And that's what it's all about. All right? So, take a look at the video, make sure that you understand it, and it resonates with you, and then follow the instructions, and you shouldn't have any problem at all with our platform. All right. Now, to even learn even more about the platform, we encourage you to study it in the written form. You can go line by line in the platform to just to get acclimated to how it works. Okay, line by line. It'll take you through everything that you see in the video presentation is right here in the written word. So you can go through and check it out line by line and study it so you can understand how it works. We're not asking you to go out here and give the presentation to someone. That's why we want you to bring them here to the community website so they can look at the video presentation. But when people have a question, you want to be able to answer their question for them. So that's why we encourage you to come to this tab, how it works, and kind of study this tab. Also, if you're signed up for the newsletter, every week we send out a video training of the 14 Eagles platform in detail. All right? There's a video training that will go through the whole process for you and get you really acclimated to how the intricate parts of the platform work in detail. So, you don't have to be able to explain this to anyone. Let us do that for you with the tools that we have. All right? So rest assured that you don't have to worry about all the technical stuff. Leave all the technical stuff to the website itself and to the emails that we send out. All right. All you want to do is concentrate on building your teams and building the community. All right. We know that people come here because of the monetary factor. People are hurting now, and people need money, and we understand that. But here at 14 Eagles, we're more than just a gifting platform, and we want to make that known for people. We want people to know that, all right, and understand that, because it's all about changing your mindset. We don't want people to chase money, and so we want to show you the different areas that we use in 14 Eagles to try to educate people and to help people. All right? And one of the things that I've really encouraged people to do is come to the home page of the 14 Eagles community website and look at our welcome. The welcome kind of puts it in perspective for you. All right? 14 Eagles is more than just gifting. We're a community, okay? And we're here to help each other, whether it be monetary or whether it be informational or just someone to talk to, building friendships, camaraderie. That's what it's all about, working with one another, working together to help each other get to where we want to go. All right? We're not here waiting for the government or corporations to bail us out of anything. We can do that ourselves. And so that's why I encourage you to come to the 14 Eagles homepage, scroll down to the welcome, and read the welcome. Understand what it's saying to you. And so a lot of times I like to just read it out loud so people can get the gist of it. And then I want you to go back and read it yourself so you can kind of get the tenor of where we're going here with 14 Eagles. So in the welcome it says, 14 Eagles is a platform that provides like-minded people from all walks of life the opportunity to help one another. 14 Eagles is not a business. It's not a corporation. It's not a network marketing organization. Rather, it's a private, invitation-only, global community of people who believe in the principle that by helping others, in that process, we help ourselves. That's the premise of 14 Eagles. As we give, so shall we receive. 14 Eagles commonly uses a unique online gifting platform that allows members to come together for mutual interest, commitment, and prosperity. 14 Eagles has taken a concept that is actually thousands of years old, giving, sharing, and accepting, and merged it with modern-day technology to create a virtual community, a community that has developed its own economy of peer-to-peer giving and sharing, which provides economic stability to become self-sufficient and self-sustaining. 14 Eagles community is a bridge used to move people from a debt-based system formed on selling, buying, and taking to a collaborative-based system formed on giving, sharing, and accepting. This virtual community creates a paradigm shift in consciousness that inspires people to work together and garners love and harmony on a whole new spiritual level. There's a universal law, that's God's law. Whatever you give out into the universe, you will get back in abundance. If you are someone that has a heart for giving and genuinely like helping people, then get with the individual who referred you to the 14 Eagles community and let them know you want to be a part of this growing movement to change the world into the place it was meant to be. To register for 14 Eagles community is free, but to send and receive gifts through the platform, you will need to get a Cash App and OG Pay accounts. Get with the member that invited you to walk through that process. All right, so that's it in a nutshell. 14 Eagles, we're here to build a community, okay? And if we build a community, guess what? The money will automatically come, automatically. And you'll hear us say that all the time here at 14 Eagles, okay? Because we know a lot of people put a lot of emphasis on the money part of it, on the gifting part, okay? And which is understandable. We totally understand it. We get it. But see, but what we're trying to get people to really hone into and really tune into is the community part of this, okay? Because it only makes sense that if we build the community and the people get involved in the community, guess what? The money automatically flows, automatically, without hardly any effort at all, okay? So therefore, we don't have to convince people. We don't have to talk people into it. All we want to do is find the like-minded people that want to build a community. And guess what? The money follows. It's just that simple. And so if we keep it simple like that, then you'll be surprised of what it can do for you. All right? And so we want to build a huge community, a very huge community here, not just in this country, but around the world. And so that's what we're in the process of doing. Now, also, we like to educate. Okay, we like to get people to expand their mental focus, get people to expand their consciousness. Okay, and so we have what is called Video Row, and we encourage you to come to our Video Row. Look at these videos on our Video Row, and I challenge you, if you look at these videos, if you don't walk away with a different mindset, or at least some curiosity on your mind to go and find other information, or to go research the information that you just saw, then I don't know what to say, because information is power. And so here at 14 Eagles, we pride ourselves on teaching each other about what we need to know to go forward in our communities and in our lifetimes. Okay? In our communities, or I should say in our society today, we have been so indoctrinated with information that has kept us down and kept us in debt and kept us in servitude for so long that we think that's normal. A lot of times we walk around oblivious to what's really going on, and how we got into this condition that we're in. And so now what we're trying to do here at 14 Eagles, besides trying to help monetarily, we're trying to give out the information to help people to expand their consciousness and to uplift their mental capacity to understand what's going on around us in our society. And see, we can do this ourselves. We can teach each other and help each other in that way. Because there's a lot of information that you guys know out there that you can help others with. Okay? And so here at 14 Eagles, this is one of the reasons why we want to build a community. Because the community can help each other to maneuver through our society, so we can help each other get out of this debt, get out of poverty, okay, and expand our consciousness. See, we get so trapped into the mainstream media and politics, okay, and corporate structures, that we forget about our true nature, okay, our true spiritual nature, that we're all connected in one way or the other, okay? And so in knowing that, we are the answer to getting out of this condition. All right? Not government agencies and corporations. The people are the answer. And so we're just trying to help people to see that community is the key to our success. And if we can do that, and we can do that together, then the sky's the limit on where we can go. Okay? So this is what we want to do. I encourage you, again, to look at these videos. If these videos don't inspire you to go and find more information or to research, then I don't know what to say. I just don't. Because as you can see, the information that we get in our society through mainstream media and politics and corporations, it just hasn't been working. It hasn't been working. And we find ourselves now in a pandemic, not just in our neighborhoods and in our country, but we find a pandemic all over the world. There's something wrong with that. There is something wrong with that, okay? And so it's time for us to seek a different way. And so we're trying to do this virtually because, see, if we come together in a virtual community, now we get to set the rules. We get to say what needs to be done, okay? We can do whatever we want to do as a virtual community. And if we learn how to work together virtually, okay, and bring everybody together virtually from around the world, now we can really go out and affect change in the real world. All right? So all we're trying to do is put ourselves in a position to be able to help our friends and our families to get out of this condition that we've been trapped in. Now, the other thing that we try to do here in 14 Eagles is we encourage businesses to get involved with the community. All right? Businesses. What is a community without businesses, right? There's always somebody with some type of good or service that you may need. And so what we're doing here at 14 Eagles is we want to create a platform for businesses to be able to come and advertise whatever their goods and services are to the 14 Eagles community. All right? And no matter what your business is, you could have a barbershop, you could have a hair salon, you could have an antique shop, you could have even a grass cutting service. It doesn't matter what it is. Whatever you have, come and advertise it on the 14 Eagles community site. Why do I say that? Because on the community site, as we get more and more members involved in the 14 Eagles community around the country and around the world, we're going to be creating a directory of businesses. So no matter where you are, if there's something that you need, we want you to come to the 14 Eagles directory to see if it's in your 14 Eagles community first before you go elsewhere. Okay? See, we're trying to create our own ecosystem here in 14 Eagles. And so advertising your business is where you can come and really make money through the community that you're helping to build. Does that make sense? So we encourage you, if you have a business, bring it to 14 Eagles. Advertise to the 14 Eagles community. If you know someone that has a business, bring them to take a look at the 14 Eagles community and see if they want to advertise to the community. Now, the only thing that we ask for you to be able to advertise in the 14 Eagles community is to help build the community. That's it. We're not asking you for any money. It costs a lot of money to advertise. There's a lot of corporations out here that spend big money or take in big money in advertising dollars. Well, guess what? You don't have to advertise. You don't have to spend money here to advertise your business here in 14 Eagles. All right. All we're asking you to do is to help build the community, and to do that, all we ask you to do is get involved in the 14 Eagles platform, to be involved in the community, and then also go with one of our partners, which is Dynamic Trio. And the Dynamic Trio has a platform that you can get involved with. And so we're working in tandem with Dynamic Trio. And in doing that, if you get involved with 14 Eagles and Dynamic Trio, then you can advertise your business on a consistent basis. And we'll give you the information and show you how that's done. Okay? We're not looking for any money. All we're looking for is people to build the community. Why do we want to do that? Because building the community is what makes the money flow. Building the community, if that makes sense to you. All right? So we're not asking for your money to advertise. All we want you to do is build the community. If you advertise to the very community that you're helping to build, you're in a win-win situation right there. You can't lose. There's no way that you can lose by advertising to the community that you're helping to build. And in some cases, you may receive more by way of gifts and contributions than you will by selling your goods and services. And that's not a bad position to be in, is it? So understand, you have everything to gain and nothing to lose by advertising your business here at the 14 Eagles community. All right? Now, I mentioned our partner, Dynamic Trio. And Dynamic Trio, the reason why we partnered with them is because they have the same philosophy as 14 Eagles. Okay? We're here to help people get out of debt and to eradicate poverty. And we're doing that by building a community. Well, with Dynamic Trio, they have a platform called Fund Me 24/7. And Fund Me 24/7 uh, uh, came about because President Obama, back in 2012, uh, signed into law the Jobs Act. And the Jobs Act is what really brought in the crowdfunding industry, all right? The crowdfunding industry, where you'll be able to raise funds for whatever you need to raise funds for through building a crowd or getting monies through a crowdfunding. And so with Fund Me 24/7, they have created a platform where you can get involved in building your own crowd through crowdfunding and raising monies for whatever project that you have, be it personal or business. It doesn't matter. If you need to raise funds for it, then this is the platform to do it with. All right. And so we have a presentation here that you can look at to see how that platform works, as well as the website that you can go to and check it out. We really encourage you to take a look at the Fund Me 24/7 platform, all right, because that platform coupled with 14 Eagles is like a double-barrel shotgun on getting rid of debt and wiping out poverty. So I really encourage you to take a look at this platform, see what it's about, okay? And then also they have a second platform, which is a feeder system to the Fund Me 24/7 platform. It's called Feed Me 24/7. Take a look at this. It's a feeder system. This platform right here is like a marketing system that feeds people into the Fund Me 24/7 platform. And in doing that, they teach you about crowdfunding and how it works through a cooperative corporation. Powerful, powerful information. You actually get a free ebook that teaches you this. All right. I'm telling you, we're on a whole different level here, a whole different level. Okay. And so working in tandem together, there's no way that we can lose. No way. And so as 14 Eagles and Dynamic Trio comes together to work together to help people financially, it just becomes a powerful, powerful combination. All right, and I just get excited just thinking about it because we're doing things so much differently than all of these other programs out there. So that's what makes us so unique. See, we're not here to go into competition with other companies. You know, matter of fact, any company, we welcome them to come along with us and work with us because it's going to take all of us to work together to help us get out of the condition that we're in. And so there's no time for competition with one another. What we need to do is find ways to work with one another to help each other get out of the condition that we're in, that we find ourselves in. And only we can do that. Okay, so take a look at the Dynamic Trio's platforms, Fund Me 24/7 and Feed Me 24/7. And they also have a third platform called Fund Me to Infinity. And when you take a look at that, it will literally blow your mind. So if you're coming here looking for some monetary way to get out of your financial trouble, then I encourage you to really take a look at the 14 Eagles platform and the Dynamic Trio's trilogy of platforms. And if you learn how to put these things together, then money will be no issue for you. None at all. Okay? Now, you do this at your own pace. You don't have to jump in and get all frustrated. No. Do this at your own pace. All right? There's no rush. There's no rush. If you want to go fast, you can go fast. If you want to go slow, you can go slow. All right? And we give out, we have a email that goes out every week that shows you all of these platforms in detail. In detail. Now, you can get involved with everything for a total of $76 one time out of pocket. Or you can just get in just for $16 one time out of pocket and work your way through the process. Either way you want to do it, okay, it's going to benefit you and anyone that you get involved with, okay? This is powerful, powerful stuff here. So don't sleep on it. Go through this stuff, learn how it's done, and work your way through. And money becomes no issue. None at all. And guess what? There's zero, no one loses anything going through 14 Eagles and Dynamic Trio. There's no money to lose here. None. Trust me on that. There's no money to lose, and you'll see as you go through the process. Now, very quickly, I want to show you another partner that we have partnered with called Cutting Edge Techno Solutions. All right. This is the company of the future. Okay. I encourage you to take a look at their video. Take a look at the video here and then go to their website. We have partnered with them because they're literally building communities. Okay. They're rebuilding communities, and we're helping them to do that. All right. And so we are partnered with some powerful people here. All right. And so through sets, we call them sets for short, they're creating jobs in the communities where these jobs and the people within the communities are rebuilding their communities, building eco-villages. All right? And they're taking waste and turning that waste into building material and other goods and services from the everyday trash that we throw away. New technology, cutting edge stuff. Okay, so I encourage you to take a look at what this company is doing. We are partnered with them, and we're going along with them for the ride. And as you see, 14 Eagles, all of the partnerships that you see right here, we're all working together. And you see 14 Eagles is here, and Dynamic Trio is also a viable partner as well. So we're all working together, okay, to change the condition that we're in. Okay, we're in the middle of a paradigm shift, and in this paradigm shift, nothing is going to go back the way that it used to be. Times have changed. I know everybody can see that times have changed. You know, with this pandemic going on, what used to happen before this pandemic will never happen again. Okay? And so therefore, if things are going to change, then we want to be the catalyst to the change. We want to make our own change. Okay? We want to be the ones to bring in the new change. All right? I hope I'm making sense, because I'm kind of excited tonight, because, you know, the platform is moving so well, and we are partnering with so many good partnerships right now. We got other partners coming along. And so I just don't want you to sleep on this. I don't want to talk you into it, but I don't want you to sleep on this, because 14 Eagles and Dynamic Trio is going to be here when people really, really need us. We're not going anywhere. And it's going to be a place that people can come where they don't have to worry about if they got to give up a whole lot of money and jump through a bunch of hoops and all of that. Everything is very simple and straightforward. Okay? No one loses any money. You only gain from the association of 14 Eagles and Dynamic Trio. Understand that. And we're just beginning. We're just getting going. All right? So now, what I want to do, I don't want to spend a whole lot of time, but what I want to do real quick, let me see if we can get this set up here. All right. What I want to do is I want to bring up a gentleman. I was talking to you about Dynamic Trio. And this guy here, I've known him for a long time. He's like a brother from another mother with me. And he's the facilitator and CEO of Dynamic Trio. And he has done a fantastic job of bringing that company to where it is right now. And there's more to come. I mean, much more to come. And so I only gave you a quick snapshot, but I want him to speak on Dynamic Trio real quick. Mark, are you open? Let's see, can we get him
Peace
on?
and blessings.
Oh, there he is. All right, Mark, there we are. Y'all, this is Mark Stevens of Dynamic Trio. And Mark, if you would, just give a little more brief information about Dynamic Trio and your trilogy of platforms and how you're working with the 14 Eagles platform to help people move to get out of this debt and this poverty.
Okay, I will do that as quickly as possible. I do want to say one thing. I was doing some research today, and as you often say, and we say all the time, not to depend on this government to take care of us. Now, with this pandemic going on, 20 million people are out of work. A lot of businesses have gone out of business, not to come back. And what we have is a bunch of Congress people fighting each other and not doing what they should do to take care of the American people, and people are starving. You have people with $100,000 a year income standing in food lines today. And this is why we have been encouraging people with these two platforms to have as their plan B, actually their plan A, because, you know, what's happening, we could see it coming years ago. So the combination of 14 Eagles and Feed Me and Fund Me it's like a double-barrel shotgun of eradicating poverty and getting people the freedom that they've been looking for. And on the 24/7 platform, the feeder program, which is $10 one time out of pocket, and the other parts of the program is another $60. So you're talking $70, less than $100 that will change your life. You can start with just the Feed Me, and it'll go into Fund Me, and then to infinity. And as Brian said, infinity will not let you sleep. And this was all came about April 5th, 2012, where President Obama signed into law the Jobs Act, which turned into the crowdfunding industry. And basically what it did, it was allow people of color, actually, to me it was a gift, to be able to raise up to $1 million for any project, whether it be business or whether it be personal, $1 million on our platform. And it's just a phenomenal thing. So when you put the two together, you can't lose, and you can change your life. Back to you, Brian.
Fantastic. And you know, you reminded me of something as well, because you know the three platforms that Dynamic Trio has, the Feed Me 24/7, Fund Me 24/7, and Fund Me to Infinity. Those three platforms working synergistically together. This is the first time that gifting, okay, because really, if you really look at it, once you look at crowdfunding and you look at the gifting industry, okay, they're really all the same thing. Gifting and crowdfunding is all the same thing. People have heard of the GoFundMes. All that is an account that you set up that people can give to help somebody. Okay, you got the Indiegogos that help businesses or people with different types of to market their goods and services, their inventions that they have. Okay, that's where people can give to those people to help them, and then when they do that, they can benefit from the products that those people put out. See, understand, with the Dynamic Trio trilogy of platforms that they have, this is the first time I've ever seen in the gifting gifting arena where you can literally get residual contributions. You know, when we looked at MLM and network marketing, you know, a lot of times they talked about residual income, okay, because those are businesses. Well, here at 14 Eagles and Dynamic Trio, they're not really businesses. These are contributions and gifting platforms. So I don't know if y'all really see the dynamic of that, okay, of receiving gifts and contributions. And with those platforms, you can receive residual contributions, meaning that even if you're not inviting people or giving anymore, you're still receiving contributions on a consistent basis. Take a look at this. I'm telling you, don't sleep on this. Okay? Make sure that you're on our email database so you can get the emails that are going out in reference to these platforms, the training on these platforms, the video training, to show you how these platforms work in detail. And if you learn to put these platforms together and build your teams and build a community around these platforms, money becomes no issue anymore. No issue. All right? So I just wanted to point that out because I don't think a lot of people really understand how powerful that is until it really clicks in. You know how you got to look at something several times before it can really click and the light bulb goes off? Well, that's how this is. Because this concept is so simple that we make it difficult sometimes. So, sometimes we just have to study it a little bit more for the light bulb to go off. All right? So, what I want to do, thanks a lot, Mark. Really appreciate it. What I want to do again is I want to bring up another gentleman that was very, very instrumental in what we do here at 14 Eagles. He's put together a project we call the College Debt Project, or Net to Kill the Debt. Now, we're all about eradicating debt, okay? Because debt is like a cancer in our society. And I think our system is designed to keep us in debt. I really do. All right? But there's one debt that just does not make any sense to me, and that's college loans. The college loan debt is crazy. It's crazy. And I know it's a lot of people. If you don't have student loan debt, I'm willing to bet you know somebody that does. And that student loan debt is a horrible, horrible thing to me. Okay, you can't even write that off in a bankruptcy. That's like a bad rash you just can't get rid of. All right. So this gentleman came up with a project along with some other of the 14 Eagles members, and we really want to push this project. Okay, because we want to get our students in a position to be able to go out here and help themselves get through college without getting into debt by the time they graduate. So what I want to do is I want to bring up Dwayne. Are you open?
I am here. Can you hear me?
All right, fantastic. This is Dwayne Ferguson, and he's done a fantastic job with our 14 Eagles platform and with the College Debt Project, Net to Kill the Debt. And if you would, Dwayne, just kind of briefly go over that real quick for everyone so they can know how that works.
Gladly. And you did mention that it's like having a bad rash.
Yeah.
Well, it's actually more like a very, very bad jock itch. That's real bad.
Yeah, that's bad.
So I've been told. Anyway, greetings to everyone. Yeah, it's wrong. I mean, here you are, 17, 16 and a half, leaving high school, whether you graduated on time, graduated a little early or a little late, and just a matter of hours or days upon getting to your campus to start classes, your bill has to be paid for. Well, ironically, if you really look at it, that individual who happens to be 16, 17 years old have thousands of dollars of debt that they owe right now just to get into class. And that's just a horrible thought if you can just wrap your brain around that. It's just something that's not necessary in terms of the dynamic, the way it's actually set up, and we want to help to resolve that. So mathematically, we have a structure here which can actually help to accommodate that if one little small principle is applied. Well, actually, it's a big principle. And it's a matter of everybody working together, because everybody has to fight that same fight, relatively speaking. And if that is the case, then why not pool our energies and our efforts to go into this battle to leverage our little measly $6, which is a jewel. It's a golden key. But it only works when you do it collectively. If you do it independently, it's not going to be a very good outcome in that respect. So what we have here is a community by virtue of everybody working together, or the masses working together,
And masses meaning a good number of people, not necessarily more than half. I mean, if it's more than 50% of a college campus, then that's spectacular. But if you had, 10, 15% of that population, I don't see why the rest of them should not and will not, but it does happen. But if that was to happen, it's a wrap. You all can eliminate that pretty quickly. And then, of course, once you get it going on one campus, you can do it on another. Doesn't mean you have to go and enroll in another school. You just contact somebody that you know, because you do know of people who actually graduate with you that's at other schools. Some schools you'll be competing with or against. Others you don't have any involvement with because they may be in a whole different conference or whatever the case might be. But it's just a matter of contact and say, look, this is something that we're doing. We have this movement here, which is called Let's Net to Kill the Debt. It's $6 one time out of pocket. You become part of the community. And eventually, once we get past this COVID thing, we're actually going to start having events. And the cost of admission for those events, $6 to actually become part of that, which, of course, did sign up. So literally an individual who may only have themselves that's actually part of their community can he and his friends can collectively put on this event, which is no more than just a reception or party with a purpose. And you got the DJ and everybody's there. You have food, refreshments, things of that nature. They want to unwind. It's been a long week. And they're social. They want to get together and they want to do stuff. They want to communicate. They want to congregate. They want to have fun. They want to relax. And you're going to provide that. And that's all it is everybody comes out of pocket $6 and they all invite people, and because that's something that they're naturally going to do anyway. Well, now they've just created a situation where, hey, wait a minute, I have some money coming into my Cash App. So it's a real great concept. It's just a matter of, once we can get past this cove. So anyway, this is all part of the plan. And you need to be part of this, whether it's your own personal debt, whether it's your own personal expenses, because you can actually use those funds to take care of whatever matters that you need to, and you can do it immediately at hand. So, again, we invite you to come on board. It doesn't necessarily have to be a college debt. It can be your car debt. It could be your rent or your mortgage, whatever debt you have, or expense. You like to travel, you can use those funds for travel expenses. If you're going to use the funds for something in your community, as Brian spoke of, it's up to you. You have expenses. We all have a need for funds, and as a result of that, use those funds for that and then help those to get started. So the bottom line is no one loses money here. It's just a matter of everybody working together. The only amount of money we're talking about is 600 pennies or $6 one time out of pocket. Do that, invite 2 to 5 of your friends that actually come on board, and that just continues to happen, and it's a wrap. And it's just a matter of two getting two. If you did that 14 levels deep, with everybody only getting 2 and stopping in theory, and everybody just getting 2, and that happens 14 levels down, just on the first entry level, that's close to $50,000 that you got in contributions. Now, what can a freshman, sophomore do with $30,000 to $50,000 in their pocket right away or in their Cash App? They can pay off that debt before they even get going. That's what they can do. And there's so much more. So take advantage of this. It costs you to not be part of this, and it can definitely save your life if you are. Back to you, Brian.
Fantastic. Appreciate it, Dwayne. Yeah, we really have to get with our students and help them out, because they really need the help. And see now, with this pandemic, we don't even know if they're going to get back to schools anymore. That's looking bleak. So we got to find a way. And the thing about it, you got colleges that are open. Kids can't even go to school and go into the classroom, and so they're still charging them money to take courses online, okay? And they haven't even cut the cost. I know my granddaughter is in college now, and she can't even go to class she's taking class by the computer, and the price is still the same. Something's wrong with that picture. Something's wrong with that. Okay, but we got to do something about that. So we got to put them in a position to where they don't end up losing in the long run. Okay, by being trapped into debt. All right. So now what I want to do is I want to bring up our fearless leader real quick before it gets too late. And Greg, you want to have the last word?
Yes, I appreciate it. Thank you, Brian. Thank you, Mark. Thank you, Dwayne. Brian, again, a great call. As I said at the beginning of the call, Fortune Eagles is a very, very powerful platform. And, the fact that we do work with, other groups of people who have the same mindset and want to do the same thing, we're really, you're really in the right place at the right time. And we want to thank you again for coming. But more importantly, invite your friends and family. Let them see this for themselves, as we always say, because we truly believe that we have one of the most powerful platforms that ever has existed in the gifting arena. And, the only way that this thing won't work is we don't work it. Like Brian said, you can't lose here. You're talking about, a sandwich and a cup of coffee to get involved in a platform that can change your life. So, let your friends and family see this. Don't be scared. Let them see it. Just tell them, hey, have you ever heard of 14 Eagles? If they say, what is that? You tell them. 14 Eagles is just a group of people, ordinary people who have come together to do extraordinary things. That's what the 14 Eagles platform is really about. With that being said, Brian, back to you.
Fantastic. You guys keep in mind, this is December. Next week we'll be here at 8:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on Thursday night. But the following 2 weeks we'll be off because of Christmas and because of New Year's. So start getting the word out. This is the time, okay? Because this is the time where people start going into debt. Okay, this is the big trap. This holiday period right now is the big trap. This is where people go into debt, trying to do the good thing by giving good cheer and buying a bunch of gifts, okay, stuff at the store, okay, and then the next thing they turn around, come the first of the next year, they're trapped in the debt again, some more debt. They added on to the debt that they already have. Okay, and then by this year of the pandemic, it's even more of a debt-ridden trap to be sucked into. Okay, so this is the time to give some people relief, give them something to look forward to in the future, is by helping them to come and be a part of this community. Okay, and working together to help eradicate this debt. Okay, and change the system that we're in, create our own system virtually, all right, and go out and effect some real change in the world. So start getting the word out. These calls are recorded. You can find these calls on YouTube. You can go to YouTube and you can go to 14 Eagles Den on YouTube, and you'll see all the recordings on YouTube. If you're on our database, our email database, our newsletter, the recording will go out tomorrow morning. Send this out to people. Let them see what's going on. Let them see what 14 Eagles is really all about. Okay, we're more than just a gifting platform. All right, we're really, really here to help people get out of debt and to get rid of poverty. And that's more of a mindset than anything else. Okay, more of a mindset. We appreciate all of you that came tonight. We really, really appreciate it. We do not take that for granted. Take a look at everything that we have here at 14 Eagles. Go at your own pace. Don't jump into something that you don't fully understand yet. Okay? Focus on building the community. Everything else will come to you. Okay? If you just focus on building the community, everything else will happen and just fall into place. Okay? So with that being said, what I want to do is this real quick.